Okay students, nice to meet you again. Meet again with Mamika on entrepreneurship, leadership and Dawah subject. Okay, this meeting we are going to learn still about ELD subject, but the objectives of our study today are 1. Students are able to identify some definition of a leader and leadership. The second, students are able to compare meaning of a leader and leadership. The third, students are able to differentiate the function of being a leader and leadership. Finally, the last objective, students are able to analyze theories between leader and leadership. Okay students, based on our topic today is about leader and leadership. The topic is about leader and leadership. Before starting into the point for our discussion about leader and leadership, I will ask you, are leader and leadership similar or different? Okay, we are going to think. Are they similar or different? Of course, leader and leadership, both of them are different. When we ask a question to a people surround you, we are going to know by asking who is a leader and what is leadership. So there are two different questions between leader and leadership. When we ask about the leader, we are going to ask who is leader. And then when we talk about leadership, we are going to know by asking what is leadership. Okay, first of all, we talk about 3 parts about leader and leadership. The first part is about definition for both of them, definition of a leader and also definition of a leadership. And then secondly is about function. And then thirdly is about theoretical analysis between the leader and leadership. There are 3 parts that we are going to discuss today. Now we come to the first one, that is about definition. Come to the definition. The first, Vega will deliver about the definition of a leader. In a general definition, a leader is someone who has followers. So it means if no followers, someone or a people, we cannot call him or her as a leader. So this is still general definition. And how about according to Alan S.L. Wang in the year 2007? He delivers the definition of a leader. A leader is a person who influences a group of a people towards the achievement of a goal. Okay, this is the definition from Alan S.L. Wang, 2007. And then secondly, we are going to know the definition of a leader from Jacob Morgan, 2020. There are 3 statements about the leader. Firstly, a leader is someone who does more than just lead people. They have to be driven by the right motivation and make a positive impact on the people around them. A leader is someone who can see how things can be improved and who rallies people to move toward that better vision. And leaders can work toward making their vision a reality while putting people first. Okay, those are about the definition of a leader. And how about the definition of leaderships? We are going to know from the first definition from Michael S. Kearns, 2005. Leadership is a purposeful relationships which occur episodically among participants who use their individual skills in influence to advocate transforming things. This is the first definition from Michael S. Kearns, 2001. Okay, you are going to think and also try to understand about this definition. Secondly, the definition about leadership from Kenneth Valenzuela, 2007. He delivers the definition of a leadership. Leadership is the ability of developing and communicating a vision to a group of people that will make that vision true. Okay, and now we come to the third definition. The definition which is delivered by Susan Ward in September 2020. Leadership is the art of motivating a group of people to act toward achieving a common goal. Okay, there are 3 definitions: 2005, 2007, and 2020. And now we come to know about the differences. Yeah, but before we come to the differences between leadership and being a leader, now we come to the 4th definition first about leadership from James G. Cribbin. He delivers a definition of leadership. Leadership is a process of influence on a group in a particular situation at a given point of time, and in a specific set of circumstances that stimulates people to strive willingly to attain organizational objectives and satisfaction with the type of leadership provided. This is the definition from James G. Cribbin. Okay, and now we come to the last definition. The definition is from Peter Drucker. What is leadership? According to him, leadership is not making friends and influencing people. Salesmanship, for example, it is the lifting of a man's vision to higher heights, the raising of a man's personality beyond its normal limitation. This is the leadership's meaning according to Peter Drucker. Okay, and now we come to the differences between leadership and being a leader. Yeah, these differences are delivered by Dr. Kate A. Webb in 2020, in the year 2020. The leadership versus being a leader, in these differences, you will get some idea from this point. Take a look to the points of examples here. The first statement as the example: to cast vision is leadership. To be visionary is to be a leader. This is the first. Secondly, to organize people toward an objective is leadership. And to be influential is to be a leader. The third, to observe market trends is leadership. And to anticipate change is to be a leader. The fourth, to step on a stage and inspire others is leadership. To be inspirational is to be a leader. To teach others the right things is a leadership. To model how to determine right things is to be a leader. To solve problems is a leadership. And to recognize opportunities is to be a leader. To make decisions is a leadership. And to be a wise decision maker is to be a leader. The last, to have an organizational role is leadership. And to be having spiritual authority is to be a leader. Okay, get the idea about this definition here, those different opinion, yeah, between leadership and being a leader, related to Dr. or based on Dr. Kate A. Webb opinion. Okay, and now based on the leadership, based on the definitions about leadership here, there are 9 points, yeah, that can be known, yeah, about the definition or talking about the statement of leadership. There are 9 statements here which has relation to the definition of leadership. What are they? Number 1, leadership is a personal quality. The second, leadership exists only with followers. If there are no followers, no leadership. Number 3, leadership is the willingness of a people to follow, which makes a person a leader. Number 4, leadership is an influencing process. A leader must be able to influence the behavior, attitudes, and beliefs of his subordinates. Number 5, leadership exists only for the realization of a common good. Number 6, leadership involves a readiness to accept full responsibility in all situations. Leadership is a function to stimulate followers to be willing to strive to achieve organizational goals. Leadership for number 8, leadership styles to change in different circumstances. And the last number 9, leadership is not position or synonymous with management. And now we come to the qualities of a good leader. The quality of a good leader here, a successful leader secures desired behavior from his followers. It depends upon the quality of a leadership he is able to provide. A leader to be effective must possess a certain basic qualities. A number of authors have mentioned different qualities which a person should possess to be a good leader. So of course, one leader will have different qualities with the other leader. And now we are going to know about some qualities of a good leader. The qualities are as follows. Number 1, good personality. 2, emotional stability. 3, sound education and professional competence. 4, initiatives and creative thinking. 5, sense of purpose and responsibility. 6, ability to guide and teach. 7, good understanding and sound judgment. 8, communicating skill. 9, sociable. 10, objective and flexible approach. 11, honesty and integrity of a character. 12, self-confidence, diligence and industry. And the last number for number 13, courage to accept responsibility. And now we come to the function. There are 4 functions for a leader. The function here will be divided into two. The function for a leader and a function for a leadership. For a leader now, there are 4 functions for a leader. We can abbreviate into POAC. P stands for planning, O stands for organizing, A stands for actuating, and C stands for controlling. And now we come to the first function as a leader, the function of planning. A leader in management is an activity trying to think about what he will do, how many sizes and quantities. Anyone who implements and controls it so that the organizational goals can be achieved. This is about the function of a leader in planning. And how about the function of a leader in organizing? Leaders as a process of division of a labor see that there are elements that they are interconnected, namely a group of people or individuals. There is a cooperation and there are certain goals that have been set. interaction will occur between individual by individual, individual by a group, and group by group. This is the function of organizing. And now we come to the third function, that is about actuating function as a leader. Leader is the implementation of the arrangement already organized by the leader through the support of others. This implies that leadership takes place in the interaction between leaders and the followers in certain situations. At a higher level, leadership can be described as a set of behaviors that most people seldom can imitate. Okay, this is the function of actuating, or we can also say actuating is a leading function. And now we come to the last function, that is about controlling function as a leader. In controlling function here, leader is the leader's ability to perform control function. Tani Handoko also said that control as a process to ensure that organizational and management goals can be achieved. This means relating to ways of making activities as planned. Okay, those are the 4 functions of a leader. After we know about the leader function, we are going to come to the leadership function. There aren't only 4 functions in leadership, but there are more than 4 functions in leadership function. What are they? Those are about 1. Setting goal. Number 2, organizing. Number 3, initiating action. Number 4, coordination. Number 5, direction and motivation. And then the last function of leadership is link between management and worker. And now take a look to the definition one by one. On the leadership function, the first is about on the leadership function, or the first is talking about setting goal. A leader here is expected to perform creative function of laying out goals and policies to persuade the subordinates to work with zeal and confidence. Okay, this is about setting goal. Now we come to the second function, organizing. And the second function of a leader is to create and shape the organization on scientific lines by assigning roles appropriate to individual abilities with the view to make its various components to operate sensitively towards the achievement of enterprise goals. This is about the second function. And now we come to the third function, initiating action. A leader is to take the initiative in all matters of interest to the group. This is about initiating action. The fourth function is coordination. What is the function of a leader here, or a leadership here? A leader has to reconcile the interests of the individual members of the group with that of the organization. And then we come to the 5 about the function of direction and motivation. Here a leader is guiding and directing the group and also motivating people to do their best in the achievement of desired goals. So, the leader here should build up confidence and zeal in the work group. Okay. And then we come to the last function, that is about link in between management and workers. What is the function on the leadership here? As a leader works a necessary link between the management and the workers. He interprets the policies and programs of the management to his subordinates and represent the subordinates' interests before the management. Of course, in the leadership function here, a leader should prove effective only when he can act as a true guardian of the interests of the subordinates. Okay, this is about the last function of a leadership. And now we come to part C. After we finish to discuss about part A, that is about definition, and then secondly on part B, that is about function, and now we come to part C, that is about theoretical analysis between leader and leadership. What theory that you are going to learn for today? There are 5 theories that you are going to know about the analysis between leader and leadership. Those are about the first, genetic theory, and then secondly, social theory, and then the third is ecological theory. Number 4, trait theory, and then the last theory is situational theory. Okay, take a look one by one about the meaning of each of them. A leadership theory analysis of a leadership in a bridging understanding of a leaders and a leadership, or a leader and a leadership. It is necessary to deepen some of the basic theories between leader and leadership through a comparative analysis. Okay, so we come to the first theory, that is about genetic theory, or we can also say this theory as heredity theory. The essence of the theory states that leader is born and not made. Okay, this is the theory of genetic theory. This means that a leader is born, or in a bracket we can say a leader has a talent, not made. And the followers of this theory put forward their opinion that the leader will become a leader because he has born with a leadership talents. Okay, so in this theory, the focus is about the talent. Yeah, and the statement here for this theory, you can underline the statement in leader is born and not made. Okay, this is about the statement on genetic theory or heredity theory. And now we come to the second theory, that is about social theory. In a social theory here, the essence of this theory is that leader is made, not born. you have to underline this thing, that a leader is made and not born. This means that leaders are made or educated rather than natural. So, on this theory is the opposite of the genetic theory. The followers of this theory put forward the opinion that everyone can become a leader if given sufficient education and experience. Okay, this is the theory which is the opposite of the genetic theory. And now we come to the third theory, ecological theory. What is ecological theory? This theory called ecological theory basically means that a person will only succeed in being a good leader if he already has leadership talents. These talents are then developed through regular education and experiences which allow them to be developed further. So this theory is combining. Yeah. So the theory here combines the positive aspect of the two previous theory. The two previous theory, those are about genetic and social theory. So ecological theory here combines both of them in the positive aspects. Okay, so it can be said that to be the one closest to the truth. Okay, this is about ecological theory. We come to theory number 4, trait theory. In this trait theory, believes that the leaders have a variety of ways because of they have characteristics or dispositions that are inherent in them. There are 5 main characteristics according to this theory. Yeah, so there are 5 characteristics based on trait theory. Those are, namely, 1. Self-confidence. The second character, empathy. The third character, ambition. The fourth character, self-control. And then the last character is curiosity. So this trait theory says that you were born a leader and that leadership cannot be learned. Okay, so you are going to think again, yeah, about the fourth theory here, yeah, after you know the definition about the first, the second, and the third as the combination. And now this is the fourth, trait theory. What do you think? And then the last theory, now we come to situational theory. Okay, what come in your mind about this theory? This theory emphasizes that leaders appear in different situations to match different needs and environments. Who develops this theory? This theory was developed first by Blanchard and Hersey in 1976. What did they say according to this situational theory? Leaders need to have differences to match the needs and maturity of followers. So leaders need to develop a leadership style and be able to diagnose which approach is appropriate to use in a situation. Okay, and now it's time for you to analyze about the 5 theory here, which one is right according to your opinion. Now it's time for you to write down in a comment of this video related to the 5 theory of leadership that I deliver to you. There are 5 theories here, and then which one is the best for you, and give the reasons. Why do you use this theory, or why do you choose this theory? Why do you think that this theory is excellent for you? Okay, now you have to write down on the comment of this video just one best for you and give a reason. Okay, this is about our learning today. So you are going to analyze about the theory. This is for your job, for your assignment, to write down in a comment of the video. Okay students, I hope that you can learn about the differences between leader and leaderships here among 3 parts. Those are about definitions, and then function, and also analysis of the theory between leader and leadership. Okay, best luck for all of you today. Have a nice day, have a nice time, and have a good time. Thank you very much for today's learning. We will see you again next week on the different material, and thank you. I will close by saying Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.